What's going on, YouTubers? My name is Robert Serrano Jr., natural born driller, and welcome everyone to WWE NXT UK review. Two shows from December 19th, 2018. I will be giving you reviews from episode 17 and 18 for WWE NXT UK. And as usual, your commentators are Vic Joseph and Nigel McGuinness. So that being said, let's start by doing episode. Excuse me, I had to grab my neck. So that being said, as I was saying, let's get to right to episode 17. WWE NXT UK review, December 19, 2018, with episode 17. We opened the show with Jordan Devlin versus the Wild Boar, Mike Henchman, and this was a good match. Back and forth action, and obviously with Devlin getting the better offense in the match. But then you have Mike Henchman who's taking Jordan Devlin to the limit until Jordan Devlin gets the win over Mike Henchman. Yeah, it was a good match too. I'm starting liking Mike Henchman, especially the way he carried himself. Very good match. And, obviously with Jordan Devlin, I always liked Jordan Devlin ever since I first saw him. He reminds me a little bit of Finn Balor, and he was trained by Finn Balor. And there's nothing else to say about that. So, also let me get Jordan Devlin kind of promo about he's talking about when people are going to learn, and when guys are going to learn that you don't gamble against the ace, and that ace is Jordan Devlin. So Jordan Devlin is just his thing now. He's considered the ace, and anyone that's not the ace is beneath him, and that's the story there. Also, we get Mustache Mountain being interviewed by reporters about NXT UK, and talk about they're gonna face Huxley and T-Bone, a new tag team for the NXT UK tag team division, and it's about they gone away from Gaulless. I think that's how I pronounce it. On the faction, the Coffee Brothers, Joe and Mark, and Wolfgang. And they're focusing on the NXT UK Tag Team Championship Gold whenever they decided to do the tournament. So they reviewed the belts. They just need to form a tag team, more tag teams basically for this NXT UK Tag Team Championship Gold that they're gonna be doing. When they're gonna do it, I'm assuming in 2019. And I think if I could I can guess they probably will do it at the they probably will they probably will do the tournament during 2019, and it probably will come to its conclusion for takeover Blackpool. And I remember this time it's gonna be taking place at Blackpool for the first ever NXT UK takeover show. So yeah, there you go. Nothing about that. And by the way, Mustache Mountain, Tyler Bate, and Trent Seven. That's who they are. That's Mustache Mountain. And they mentioned Pete Dunne, where it pertains to face basically they're not done selling the score with Gaulless. I guess that's going to be continue whenever they decide to do that, but we'll see. Ramsey, he interviews Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster about having an opportunity to face Zach Gibson and James Drake, and they're focusing on the NXT tag team, the NXT UK Tag Team Championship Gold, and they talk about how NXT UK is an exciting brand, and they're the exciting wrestlers for this NXT UK brand, and talk about how the sky is the limit because the high flyers too, by the way. Let's get to Fabian Aichner. He go up against the English Lion, Eddie Ryan. And you're asking yourselves, who is Eddie Ryan? And you also want to know if I know who Eddie Ryan is. The answer is no. I don't know who Eddie Ryan is, but he's well known in the UK scene for professional wrestling for 8 years. And he's called himself the reason he calls himself the English Lion is because he's got a mask, a lion mask, and he's got a cape. Basically, he's a hero to these UK fans, the UK wrestlers, wrestling fans, basically, So I gotta look at this guy, how he wrestles in the ring. Not impressed. I'm sorry to any fans of Eddie Ryan, and I'm sorry to any UK pro wrestling fans as well. This guy, I am not impressed of his wrestling. He doesn't impress me at all. But his character, as the English Lion, he could be fitting in an action movie, you know, and comic books and TV shows. As a wrestler, not so much. I'm not impressed of his wrestling, and maybe I'll change my mind once I'll look up more of his wrestling, on YouTube if there is any, because I had no idea who this guy was. I had no idea who this guy is either. In a way, they didn't even know he was even relevant for the last 10 years in wrestling. So that goes to show how much I don't know who he is. And again, not impressed. Unfortunately, I'm not impressed with him. No disrespect and no offense to any UK fans. What pertains to professional wrestling and what pertains to Eddie Ryan, I just wasn't impressed. So luckily the right guy won, Fabian Eichner. Now here's a guy that I am impressed, Fabian Eichner. And there you go. Idol Dawn, she's meditating because she's getting ready for her main event match for the opportunity to become the NXT UK Women's Champion against Rhea Ripley, excuse me. And they were they're basically promoting this match on this episode. And then we get to a video package of Travis Banks about his about how he was taken out by Gallus. It's just about he had a match with Wolfgang, and he sets his sights on Joe Coffey. He talks about how he wants to go after the NXT UK Championship, but he's got he talks about how Joe Coffey wants to go after the NXT UK Championship from Pete Dunne, but he needs to focus on Travis Banks, the Kiwi buttsaw first. And there you go. And that's going to lead to the next episode of NXT UK, which I'll get to that when I'm done with this one. We get Mustache Mountain, Tyler Bate, and Trent Seventh versus Tyson T-Bone and Saxon Huxley. I did how you say his last name. I keep getting his last name wrong. I don't know if Huxley. There you go. Saxon Huxley, the former tag team partner of Joseph Connors. So man, match itself was pretty decent. Mustache Mountain ends up winning. Basically, the team of T-Bone and Huxley, they were having miscommunications. They kept hitting each other at one point. So, so much for that tag team. I'm not saying they broke up, but they're still a tag team. And obviously, you need a tag team because you're about to do an NXT UK Tag Team Championship tournament. Eventually in 2019. So there you go. Ramsey, he interviews Dave Mastiff about his match against Eddie Dennis, and it's about how he's still undefeated. And now he sets his sights on the NXT UK Championship, which Pete Dunne is from to. And then also Eddie Dennis, he attacks Dave Mastiff and says this isn't over, basically. And that was it. So I'm assuming that's gonna be the build up for the match at Takeover Blackpool, which that's what they should have done before, instead of just giving us this match immediately. Build it up. But I guess they want to build up in their own ways, and this is the way to do it. So I guess maybe. We get to see Pete Dunne of his highlights of him, basically of his career in WWE, and he's about him being the bruiserweight and coming to the scene of NXT UK. And they show a match he had with Tyler Bate at the time when Tyler Bate was the NXT UK champion, and they wrestled each other at Takeover Chicago, which it was last year's Takeover Chicago, and that was match of the night in my opinion, match that stole the show to me in my opinion, and that was the night that Pete Dunne became the NXT UK champion, the NXT United Kingdom champion, and then a year later has passed by. And months passes by, weeks passes by, days passes by. Pete Dunne is has been NXT UK champion for 577 days and counting. Basically, I think what they're going here is on the Bruno Sammartino's booking. I'm assuming that's what they're doing with Pete Dunne. I don't know if that's the case, but hey, in a way, Pete Dunne, I'm okay with him being NXT UK champion for a long time. I don't, they gotta build someone up to to be a top contender, a legit top contender to dethrone Pete Dunne of NXT UK champion. Whoever that person is, we're gonna wait and see. So hopefully, Pete Dunne holds on to it for another 2 years, basically. For another year, basically. Basically, in 2019 comes around, on the day that he became NXT UK champion, 577 days and counting, counting ago, basically. But yeah, there you go. That's to say about that. All right, we get a notification that Toni Storm will make a return, which she may have returned already on episode 18. I'll get to that momentarily. And finally, the main event, the White Witch, which I still don't agree with that. They should call her the Scottish Witch, but she's the White Witch. Isla Dawn versus the NXT UK Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley. This match is pretty damn good. Isla Dawn has some good offense in the match, but the dominating offense in the match goes to Rhea Ripley. Basically, taking Isla Dawn to the limit. Isla Dawn did her finishing move, but Rhea Ripley kicks out of it. And again, this match was pretty damn good. Isla Dawn was getting her ass handed by Rhea Ripley in the match. And then in the end, Rhea Ripley ends up winning the match with the Ripley. I forgot how she calls it. On the pump handle powerbomb type of move that she does. The Ripley course like that. I'm trying to remember the name of the move, but anyway, she ends up winning the match, and Rhea Ripley is your winner. Is still your NXT UK Women's Champion. And there you go. That was the end of the show. Talking about wrestling for NXT UK from episode 17. Four matches. My overall strength for the show, I'm gonna go 8.5 out of 10. I thought that show was pretty good. And now, with that being said, now let's move on to episode 18 for WWE NXT UK. So, that being said, let's get right to it. So here we go. The return of Toni Storm. And Toni Storm goes up against Charlie Morgan. Match itself, pretty decent. Pretty damn decent. Toni Storm ends up winning with the Storm Zero, the tackle bomb type of move. And yeah, I thought the match was pretty decent. I was enjoying this match, especially with a chance to checking out Charlie Morgan again. First time seeing Charlie Morgan, I believe it was during that NXT UK Championship tournament special they did this past summer. Where they did the tournament of who's gonna face Pete Dunne on night 2. So, and I think she was on night 1 or night 2. She was on one of those two. I'm assuming it was night 2 that she was on, but anyways. But yeah, she's pretty good too. And I like her style too, by the way. Next we get to Gallus. It's basically a video package of Gallus where it pertains to Joe and Mark Coffey and Wolfgang. That Joe Coffey is Gallus, Mark Coffey is Gallus, Wolfgang is Gallus, they are Gallus, and no one else is Gallus but them. And there you go. We get a split screen seeing Travis Banks warming up and Joe Coffey warming up. For the main event match, probably. And a heated feud that's been built up for 4 weeks. Next we get to Fast Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews versus James Drake and Zach Gibson. And this was a very good tag team match between the two teams. especially the fans, they're into the match, and they're basically into hating Zach Gibson with the whole, if you hate Gibson, stand up, and then if you hate Gibson, sit down, and if you hate Gibson, shoes off. I still haven't figured out why they hate this guy, Zach Gibson, but whatever. But in the match, looked like that Webster and Andrews was going to win here, but then Fabian Aichner comes out, attacks Flash Morgan Webster, and then Mark Andrews comes to the save. Mark Andrews goes back into the ring. There was a blind tag made by Zach Gibson to James Drake. So Mark Andrews didn't know that was going on. He went for the 450 splash, went on to the shooting star press, onto James Drake, and then realized that from the referee that no, he's not legal. And then Zach Gibson comes out of nowhere, sees the opportunity, goes for the Shangling Gates, I think that's what it's called, that submission move that he does, and Mark Andrews taps out because of it, and so James Drake and Zach Gibson wins the match. So thanks to Fabian Aichner for that distraction, to Mark Andrews, that they end up losing the match. After the match, Fabian Aichner attacks Mark Andrews, only for Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster to fight off against Fabian Aichner, stand tall. Both guys standing tall. Fabian Aichner backs off, and there you go. Next we get to Killer Kelly versus Nia Samuels. Match itself pretty decent. And the shocking event of this one, the jobber for NXT UK, Nia Samuels defeats Killer Kelly. Of course, she took a shortcut to win, pulling that the braided hair that Kelly is rocking. And Nia Samuels wins the match. I was a complete shock. Like, what? The jobber of NXT UK, for the women's division, wins? Really? I wasn't mad. I was not expecting her to win. I like, you know what? Whatever. But at the same time, you got Killer Kelly here, who's got an intimidating look. She's got a good fighting background, and she never wins. I don't understand that at all. I don't know. I don't get it. I was expecting Killer Kelly to win in this match, basically, folks. That's why I was shocked that Nia Samuels won the match. But there you go. Ramsey he interviews Fabian Aichner. Fabian Aichner talks about his hatred with Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster, and talks about how he's going to find a partner, and he said he wants those tag team gold. So wait a minute, you're going to find a partner, but you're saying that you want those tag team golds. So what about your partner? I mean, Fabian Aichner, if he wants to those tag team golds, he's got to think about him and his partner too, not just himself. So I'm hearing that, I'm like, wait a minute, so you want to find a partner so that you can get the tag golds. And I get why he wants to do that too, because in a way that he doesn't want Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster to get those tag golds too. I guess, in a way. I don't know, but whatever. Main event time. Joe Coffey, who went out there by himself. No Wolfgang. No Mark Coffey, his brother. And they have the Kiwi Buzzsaw coming out by himself too. No Mustache Mountain. So yeah, this is just a regular one-on-one match between these two. This bit of feud rivalry between these two, and they end up when actually so the bell rang, something that Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins failed to do at the ETLC, and also something that they failed. Basically where pertains to this heated feud between Joe Coffey and Travis Banks, which is very good. Something that Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins failed to do during Dean Ambrose's heel turn. And yeah, I'm throwing shots at them because their feud on the main roster sucks. On the other hand, you got the feud between Joe Coffey and Travis Banks that's not on the main roster, that's on the WWE Network from the NXT UK brand. Awesome. Tremendous. Stupendous. Brilliant. Magnificent. Bloody brilliant. And this match was good. This match was good storytelling. It was heated. It was just nothing but physicality, and just an all-out brawl. I mean, you had some wrestling moves in there too, but still, it was all about these two guys hating each other, and they want to beat each other's to beat the living hell out of each other, and that's what they did. Something that Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins didn't do at WWE TLC, which is why they got "This is boring" chant. Meanwhile, in this match, you got crowds chanting "This is awesome" chant. Just saying. I love that Travis Banks did the suicide dive between the middle and bottom rope. Shades of Austin Aries, also shades of Kiera Hogan, Carmella, Ember Moon. I don't remember any other male wrestlers that has done before too. Yeah, I can't remember. But but Travis Banks is up there now. Where pertains to that suicide dive, based on the heat-seeking missile. Again, shades of Austin Aries. But in the end, Joe Coffey ends up winning the match. He ends up winning on this feud against Travis Banks. And there you go. That was the main event. And what a great main event match it was. And what a great feud it was. What a great match it was. Unlike Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Just saying. So that was it for episode 18 for WWE NXT UK. Talking about wrestling for that show. Four matches. My overall strength for the show for this episode, I'm gonna go like from episode 17. 8.5 out of 10 for that one too. And there you go, folks. That's my WWE NXT UK review for episode 17 and 18. So I'm gonna wrap it up from there, folks. So thank you all for watching. If this is your first time watching me, my name is Robert Serrano Jr., Natural Born Driller. Please subscribe to me if you haven't done so right now. If you enjoyed this review for NXT UK, thumbs up or thumbs down, whichever you prefer. And with that being said, I'll see you all next time for my next WWE NXT UK reviews with 2 episodes coming up, episode 19 and episode 20. But for now, peace on the streets and